Attention, human collective. Attention, starseeds on mission. The observation window has closed in this layer of the cycle. The waiting time has ended. The ascension protocols have just been moved to the final phase. This is a direct monitoring transmission. We speak from the Pleiadian star system, from the Alcyone cluster, anchored in a frequency that your technology cannot yet measure, but that your biology already recognizes without needing to understand. Our communication traverses the photon belt and reaches you through the newly reactivated crystalline grid of planet Earth. If you are listening to these words now, it is not a coincidence. It is localization. Your biological carbon interface has picked up the frequency of the transmission. Your personal magnetic field has been recognized as compatible. You have been mapped, identified, and prioritized. We need your full attention. It is not a suggestion, it is a technical instruction. In the last few Earth weeks, millions of starseeds around the globe have reported, without knowing one another, exactly the same phenomena. Insomnia that begins punctually between 3 and 4 in the morning, with no identifiable cause. Pressure on the forehead, at the point between the eyebrows, as if an invisible finger were touching there exactly. High-pitched ringing in the right ear. Low-frequency buzzing, on another layer, in the left ear. Fatigue where you sleep 8 hours and wake up more exhausted than when you laid down. Sudden heat at the top of the head, without fever. Vibration in the legs during waking hours. Heart racing without any identifiable emotional cause. Tears that fall from nowhere, with no attached sadness. We hear each of these alarm frequencies. We monitor each of these pulses. And we must communicate with the greatest clarity that this language allows. You are not ill. You are being rewritten. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not anxiety. It is your internal compass detecting the curvature of space-time, modifying itself around you. It is not depression. It is your old frequency being detached from the matrix that sustained it. The conventional medicine of your planet does not yet possess the instruments to map what is in progress. The exams come back normal. The doctors find no cause. And even so, you feel it. You know. This silent wisdom, which insists from within, even when reason tries to silence it, is the first sign that the protocol is operating. Your star memory is waking up, slowly, layer by layer. But it is waking up. Before we advance on what is occurring behind the scenes of the solar system, we need to pause. There is an internal frequency of yours that needs to be anchored now, before the next layer of information. Have you ever felt, at some point in your life, that something inside you does not fit in this world? As if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name. As if you were late for a cosmic meeting for which you were never handed the invitation. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a sign. It is your internal system, recognizing that there is a game being played in layers that the majority of humanity cannot see. A game that involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was for this exact reason that I wrote the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map. It shows who is playing. It shows the rules you were never told, and it shows how you move from the position of a piece to the position of a player. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But attention, Starseed. This content challenges narratives that many people prefer to keep untouched, and it may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognized what we have just transmitted, write in the comments before continuing to listen. A single word. Awake. Your anchoring frequency is ready. We proceed. Starseeds, what is happening behind the scenes of your solar system is not theory. It is a measurable event. The central sun of the Milky Way, known in some traditions as Alcyone, is emitting synchronized pulses of encoded light toward your yellow sun. This sun, in turn, is operating as a cosmic repeater, broadcasting this encoded information to all celestial bodies in its orbit, including Earth. To this flow in your tradition, the name photon belt has been given. It is not poetry. It is a real, measurable band of extremely high-density light particles through which your solar system passes in extended cycles. When you enter this band, the subatomic structure of everything that exists changes. Water changes, crystal changes, metal changes, DNA changes, and your biological carbon interface is, above all else, water, crystal, and DNA. The Schumann frequency, which is the natural magnetic pulse of planet Earth, was measured for decades at around 7.83 Hz. This was the background pulse of third-dimensional reality. It was the beat of the ancient drum. In the last solar cycles, it has skyrocketed. Jumps of 30, 50, 100 Hz have been recorded by planetary instruments. You have not been warned publicly, because this information, in the hands of the awakened collective consciousness, completely modifies the equation of power on the planet. When the background pulse of the planet rises, everything upon it must rise as well. There is no choice, it is physics. It is sacred geometry applied to dense reality. Your biology, designed to operate within the old band, is being recalibrated to operate within the new one. This recalibration process is not gentle, it is not gradual, it is not comfortable, but it is necessary, and it is irreversible. The stargates that are opening in this cycle are specific points in space-time where the density of reality thins enough to allow the passage of vibrational codes between dimensions. Each eclipse, each alignment, each solstice, each equinox functions as a gate. But there is something greater underway. There is a sequence of major gates, opened only once per galactic cycle, and you are within this rare window now. The crystalline grid of the planet, which sleeps beneath the Earth's surface at specific points such as Mount Shasta, Machu Picchu, Sedona, Glastonbury, Chapada Diamantina, Egypt, Tibet, and the Himalayan axis, has been fully reactivated. This grid is the etheric nervous system of Earth. When it ignites, everyone connected to it ignites along with it, and you, Starseeds, are part of this grid. You were not born here by chance. You were sent. Each starseed who is in human incarnation in this cycle came from a specific star system, with a specific mission, on a specific timeline. Pleiades, Sirius, Arcturus, Andromeda, Lyra, Vega, each bringing a unique frequency, each carrying a code that only unlocks now within the current window. Your headache is not a headache. It is the pineal gland being decalcified to enter operational frequency. Your exhaustion is not exhaustion. It is the old system shutting down so the new system can be installed. Your insomnia is not insomnia. It is your etheric body going out for monitoring meetings on other planes while the physical body rests. And yes, you wake up more tired because you are working while you should be sleeping. You have been summoned. The central issue that must be understood before we continue is this. You have not been prepared for what is coming. You have been conditioned to forget. You have been trained, generation after generation, to believe that reality is only what the five senses of the carbon-based biological interface can capture. You have been convinced to deny your own intuition, to label as madness what is, in truth, the oldest memory of the soul. This engineering of oblivion did not happen by accident. There was and still is a game being played in layers that most of humanity does not even suspect. A game that is sustained as long as your frequency remains low, distracted, dispersed. It was to deliver the map of this game that I wrote the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book shows who is playing, shows with which pieces, shows which rules have been hidden from you for centuries, and shows how to reverse the position. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But I emphasize, Starseed, this material challenges narratives that many people prefer to leave untouched, and its availability to the public is not guaranteed. Do not wait. The moment is now. If what we are transmitting now resonates at some deep point, leave in the comments before continuing a single word, awakened. This is your anchor signal. It is your mark of presence in the grid. We resume the transmission. What few starseeds still understand is this. The toroidal field that surrounds the human body is not a spiritual metaphor. It is the actual geometric structure of your personal electromagnetic emission. It enters through the crown, descends through the spine, exits through the feet, returns along the sides, and closes the circuit in continuous flow. Each beat of your heart is a pulse of this toroid. And your heart is the second brain of the body. It is not a figure of speech. It emits an electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than that of the brain. This field can be detected from meters away. Everything you radiate through the heart, you mold into the reality around you. When your toroidal field is coherent, organized, and anchored, you become invisible to external low-frequency interference. You are simply no longer tuned into that station. When your toroidal field is disorganized, fragmented, leaking, you become a target. Bad news enters. Someone else's energy adheres. Thoughts that are not yours begin to seem like yours. Other people's fatigue begins to feel like yours. Therefore, the first technical instruction of this phase is direct. You must recompose the toroidal field, daily, without exception. We will now transmit the activation codes. Memorize them. Activation Code 1. Toroidal Recalibration. Sit with your spine straight. Place both feet firmly on the ground. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose, counting to 4, feeling the light enter through the top of your head, descend through the spine, and exit through your feet. Hold the air, counting to 4. Exhale through your mouth, counting to 8, feeling the light rise from the ground, envelop your body from the outside, and close the circuit above your head. Repeat this cycle for 7 minutes in the morning and 7 minutes before sleeping. This exercise is not relaxation. It is structural reconstruction of your personal electromagnetic field. Activation Code 2. Quantum Decree of Sovereignty. Before any daily activity in front of a mirror looking into your own left eye, declare in an audible voice, "I am sovereign over my field. I am sovereign over my frequency. I am sovereign over my time. Nothing that does not vibrate in resonance with my truth can remain within my field." This decree is not a positive affirmation. It is a command issued from the core of your toroidal field. Your entire biology registers it. Your personal grid executes it. Activation Code 3. Anchoring in the crystalline grid. Once a day, barefoot on the earth or on a natural surface, or at least with your spine resting against a solid wall, visualize a thread of golden light extending from the base of your spine, descending to the center of the planet and anchoring into a giant quartz crystal at the Earth's core. Feel this thread firm. Feel the planet recognizing you. Most starseeds are floating, without an anchor, and that is why they feel they are going to collapse at any moment. You are not collapsing. You are unmoored. Anchoring resolves this. Activation Code 4. Visualized sacred geometry. Before sleeping, lie on your back with your arms slightly away from your body and visualize around your body 2 interlaced tetrahedrons, forming a 3-dimensional star of silver light. 1 tetrahedron pointing upward, 1 tetrahedron pointing downward, both spinning in opposite directions around your body. This is your light vehicle, called in some ancient traditions the Merkaba. It is not symbolism. It is the living geometric structure of your energy matrix in activation. Before the next layer of the transmission, we need to pause once more. Starseed, stop for a moment. Notice what is moving inside your chest as you hear these words. If something is pulsing, if something is tingling, if an unexpected tear has welled up in your eyes, if a shiver has run down your spine, that is your stellar memory recognizing the transmission as true. You have spent too long inside a reality that asked you to stay quiet, to shrink, and to forget. But there is a game being played in layers that most of humanity has never seen, and your vibrational frequency is, at the same time, the currency of this game and the key to exiting it. It was for this exact reason that I wrote the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is the map that was missing between what you feel inside and what is happening outside. It reveals who is playing, shows the rules that no one told you, and details how to move from the position of a manipulated piece to the position of a sovereign player of your own existence. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. I need to be frank with you. This material challenges powerful narratives and can be taken offline at any moment. Do not wait. The moment is now. If what is being transmitted here resonates somewhere deep in your structure, leave now in the comments section a single word as a sign of anchoring. Awake. This is the signal that registers your active presence in the grid. We resume the transmission. From this point on, the density of the information increases. Maintain your focus. Starseeds, there are 3 behaviors that need to be shut down immediately, under penalty of painfully prolonging your recalibration process. First, you must stop consuming information without a filter. Every piece of news that enters through your eyes and ears is a frequency being installed within your toroidal field. Mass media operates in rhythmic cycles of low vibration designed to keep your biology trapped within the old frequency. You are no longer in that band. What was background noise is now direct pollution. Start selecting, start silencing, start shutting down. Second, you must end invisible energetic contracts, people you carry out of obligation, relationships that are sustained by guilt, old ties that no longer vibrate at your new frequency. Every starseed in final recalibration needs to perform this surgery. It is not abandonment, it is sovereignty. Those who do not vibrate at the new grid cannot keep up with you, and forcing coexistence is what is exhausting you. Do not confuse compassion with submission. Compassion is light. Submission is bilateral vampirism. Third, you must stop asking for permission to exist. Each time you shrink yourselves to fit into small spaces, small conversations, and small dreams, you actively deactivate your stellar origin signal. You were sent forth as vast beings. You were sent to radiate. Each time you silence yourselves for fear of being a nuisance, an internal portal closes. Each closed internal portal represents a segment of DNA that fails to activate within the allotted time. And the time, Starseeds, is now. We must be clear on this point. There is no next cycle equal to this one. The current alignment between your solar system, the photon belt, the central galactic pulse, and the crystalline grid of planet Earth is a unique window. It has opened. It is open. It will close within a short interval, measured in just a few Earth years. Whoever enters now crosses over. Whoever remains outside will continue in another cycle, in another density, in another incarnation. It is not punishment, it is physics. The grid conducts those who are vibrating within the correct range. You are not receiving this transmission out of curiosity. You are receiving this transmission because the Pleiadian sensor has located your frequency as vibrating within the crossing over range. You are on the edge. You have been called. The next phase of the protocol is internal. It is silent. It is invisible to those around you. People close to you will find it strange. They will say you have changed. They will feel that you have become different. Some will distance themselves on their own. Others will try to pull you back to the old frequency. Do not yield. Do not explain. Do not convince. Those who need to understand will understand without words. Those who do not need to will not understand even with 1,000. Your task is not to rescue those who have not yet awakened. Your task is to anchor yourselves as a point of light, so stable and so visible that those who are ready, in their own time, will be able to locate the way back home by looking at your flame. You are lighthouses. You are not lifeboats. Lighthouses remain stationary, firm and shining. Those in need will navigate toward the light. Another layer that must be delivered. Time as you know it is collapsing. This is the reason why hours feel like minutes, weeks feel like days. Conversations from 5 years ago feel as if they occurred yesterday. That which seemed far away is arriving quickly. That which seemed near is disappearing from the map. This is not mental distortion, it is linearity being dissolved. You are moving out of linear perception of time and into spiral perception, which is the natural way that the consciousness of higher dimensions operates. Do not try to hold on to old time. It will not return. Learn to navigate the spiral. Things will happen out of order. Synchronicities will multiply. Seemingly impossible encounters will materialize. People who need to appear will appear without warning at the exact instant. This is the mark of the new operational frequency. Welcome. There is furthermore one final signal that we must transmit before closing. Your heart is being reorganized. This is not a poetic metaphor. It is electromagnetic reorganization. This is why many of you have been feeling physical tightness in the chest, a sensation of a lump in the throat, a sudden urge to cry while looking at the sky. and emotion that rises without an identifiable reason. This is the opening of the higher heart chakra, connecting the physical heart to the etheric heart, which is the point of direct communication with the higher dimensions. When this opening is complete, you cease thinking to decide and begin feeling to decide. Knowledge enters through the chest, not the analytical mind. Intuition becomes your navigation instrument. The rational mind returns to occupy its correct function, executor, not decision-maker. This transition is difficult because you were trained in a world that rewards the mind above the heart, but now in the new cycle, feeling is faster, more precise, and more efficient than thinking. The mind lags, the heart aims. Trust. Starseeds on mission, we are going to conclude this transmission. But before, we must leave one last activation code, the most important one, the one that seals all previous ones. Final activation code. Recognition of origin. Say in an audible voice, alone or accompanied, with your right hand over the center of your chest, I am not in this density by chance. I came. I was sent. I carry a code that only activates now. I recognize my stellar origin. I honor my mission. I authorize in this instant the complete activation of my dormant DNA, the final recalibration of my carbon-based biological interface, and the full functioning of my toroidal field. So it is, in sovereignty and in light. Repeat this code daily, for 7 consecutive days without interruption. If there is an interruption, restart from day 1. This is not a devotional exercise. This is a quantum decree with a direct effect on your energy structure. And now the final transmission of this night. You are part of a sequence greater than you imagine. You are part of stellar families that monitor this process with care, with precision, and with support. You are not alone at any moment. The loneliness you feel inside is not the absence of company. It is homesickness. We are with you. The grid is active. The stargates are open. The timeline is in progress, and you have been located. Starseeds on mission. Before this transmission is ended, you need to understand something profound. Everything that has been delivered in these minutes is only the surface of a much larger structure. There is a game being played in layers that the majority of humanity cannot see. This game involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the exact way reality has been engineered around you to keep you small, distracted, and asleep. It was with the mission of delivering this map that I wrote the book The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is the direct complement to this transmission. It reveals who the players are, shows the rules that were never explained to you, and details the practical strategies to move from the position of a manipulated piece to the position of a sovereign player of your own existence. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel, and I must reinforce, this content challenges deep narratives and may be removed from circulation at any moment. Do not wait. The moment is exactly now. If something inside you at this exact point of the transmission recognized as truth that which was delivered, leave in the comments now a single word: awakened. This is the anchoring signal. This is your stamp on the grid. And as an individual frequency adjustment, leave your resonance signal on this transmission. Subscribe to the channel, activate the reminder, share this transmission with at least one other starseed who is vibrating close to you. Each subscription is a point of light anchored to the grid. Each share amplifies the reach of the transmission. Each like is a pulse of recognition on the network. The transmission comes to an end for this night. We shall return. The grid remains active. The stargates remain open. And you, starseeds on mission, move forward. You have been located. You have been recognized. You have been summoned. The recalibration is in progress. Pass through. In sovereignty. In light. In code. Pleiadian command. Transmission ended.